Alright, fuckers, welcome back to Practicing Portrait, an artwod roadmap, right? What is artwod? The best platform in the world to teach you how to draw from imagination using the power of forms and manipulating forms. They give you the work, not the shortcut. Work that lets you draw like this after 3 years and 7 months of practice, right? Who am I? I'm Biggie. I've been drawing for, fuck, I already said the amount of time. I did this yesterday too, Jesus Christ. But this channel is a repository of my practice to prove that anybody can draw. Granted, they focus on the right thing, which is fundamentals, and the power of form, right? And everything obviously compounds off that. I'm going to learn and not speed run. I'm going to do every fundamental. But yeah, right now we're doing artwod. What am I doing? It's fucking, yeah, draw along with me. Get your pen, get your paper. Jesus Christ. This intro went to shit. But yeah, this looks believable because I understand form, right? Actually, it's pretty decent. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of mistakes. Again, you can tell my hard surface is a lot better. My geometric forms are a lot better than my organic forms, because this is really what I've been practicing for the past couple years now, 3 years, 7 months, and this I have not practiced at all, but because I understand form, this is relatively believable, yes? But anyways, get your pen, get your paper, draw along with me. Let's body double, right? I did not want to draw today at all. I literally was staring at my fucking page for the past few minutes, be like, should I not? And the answer is you have to, because you have a fucking channel to hold yourself accountable as well when it comes to your catalog. So yeah, draw along with me, please. Get your pen, get your paper. Let's put in as much effort as we can, because the effort, as always, is the only thing that matters. Is this the gray pen? What the fuck? No, this is the black one. Okay, cool. Look at that. It's finally absorbing ink properly for all the bullshit I've had to go through. But wonderful. Anyways, yeah, get your pen, get your paper, draw along. What are we doing? We're doing the artwod portrait roadmap. I'm in the section where you look at a portrait, you put a box, and you visualize, I calculate the box, all the cross sections, vertical, horizontal, diagonal within the box, right? The center planes, the ellipse is inside the center planes, and then the sphere that connects to through the edges of the ellipse to form the perfect sphere that's inside the box, right? I'm building a mental model, a 3D simulation in my mind over the course of hundreds of hours, right? In order to lay as a foundation, as you can see, for my portraits, right? This is the extent of which I'm pushing my brain to practice spatial reasoning, and I do not want to do that today at all. But yeah, draw along with me, put in as much effort as you can, let my efforts be a mirror for your efforts, right? And you'll give me a wonderful, wonderful retention. But yeah, I didn't want to draw at all, but now that I'm here, I have to visualize the box. So that's what I'm trying to do already right now. And I have not, the thing is, like, the angle I'm about to draw, because the reference I used this time around is actually pretty fucked. So the girl's face is like this, right? Fucking artist rendition. But it's like this, right? And then what's it called? This is her forehead, and this is the back of her skull, right? Fucking, and that's her ear. So you see how I have to discern, her nose is obviously completely off, but I have to discern, and her eyes somewhere around here. But I have to discern fucking, hey, can you get past those 4 words? I have to discern? Those are 4 words, right? Good. But yeah, I have to discern essentially what the box is here, right? And actually drawing this out helps quite a bit, but I know through checking the Loomis proportions and everything that the nose is essentially, the bottom of the nose is basically just a bit above the end of the sphere, right? And then the box is just a bit below that. So the box is probably right around here. It's probably something like this, right? But then we have to think, like, what is the plane? Like, what angle is her face at? If we were to draw through the box, right, what are her eyes doing? Is it like this, right? And then the other eye's over here somewhere, right? So is this the angle of the box, right? Is this, and this is just me thinking out loud, of course, but I feel as if that is not bad at all, right? Like, that is probably accurate. Well, that is what I was thinking, but it's a good thing I drew it out. So you see these tiny little, it's not a thumbnail, but I guess these little representations I can give myself help quite a bit. But anyways, now I need to visualize this box, and I have to see through the form. That's the most difficult part, right? So I need to visualize this, something roughly to this, right? I'll obviously be double checking with the reference itself, but I need to visualize this first. This is the first step, to visualize the box at obviously this scale, right? But to see through the form, right? To see through the form. And then obviously the next step is try my fucking hardest while I'm seeing through the form to think about all the cross sections involved, right? And I'm just doing the diagonal right now, but it should give you an idea. Then it's like, okay, the diagonal, the vertical, horizontal, etc., etc. Oh, fuck me, I dropped the other pen. I seem to, I don't know why fuck me, I dropped it again. Fuck. Okay, all right, we are here, we are drawing, trust me, this is all mental work. Drawing is thinking, yes? But anyways, I'm already like trying to dive deep into the discomfort right now, like deep into it, right? So I was gonna make a joke about like deep into that pussy, but it doesn't really make any sense. This is just average Coomer male brain, right? Which I'm not even a Coomer, but I guess the testosterone isn't gonna die until I'm 50 anyways. But anyways, I'm really trying to think. Like right now, I'm really trying to see this XYZ, but I need to think about the other side as well. When I say XYZ, I mean this, right? This is X, I believe this is Y, and this is Z, right? But I'm trying to think about the opposite side, which is this. Because this is technically just an upside down version that is, of course, in perspective, right? This is how it's connected through this cross diagonal, right? This diagonal. Other side of the plane. So I need to really, and again, on this scale, it's extremely difficult. And this is a completely new angle too. I haven't really practiced in this angle at all, which is good because if I haven't practiced in it, this is a new schema. This is a new mental model. This is a new, essentially, challenge for my working memory to genuinely get down. Obviously, I understand the concept. Obviously, I have rotated boxes in this angle before, but to this level of fidelity, to this level of perspective having been layered inside of it, calculations existing, no, I've never done that, right? So again, the schema is going to be tested. So right now, I'm trying, and it's really hard because this drawing underneath is also an obstruction, right? But I'm trying really fucking hard to get the reference down as well. Really trying to get the this angle is pretty incorrect. I think this angle was incorrect. This is the box. There you go. This is the plane. It's more like that, right? So I'm just trying to think really hard, and I can see, okay, so I'm ghosting and I can see through the form, right? I can vaguely see through the form. I need to hold that and I'm trying to see all the cross axes now, right? Just for a split second, I didn't see it, but I had a semblance of an idea of seeing it, right? Like I had just this little idea, so I need to lean into that little idea while still getting this box correct. And holy shit, like, because again, like I keep drawing the outside of the box, the visible plane, but I need to think about the invisible plane, right? I need to think about the invisible plane, and that is actually the most difficult part, right? But that's what I'm trying to do right now. So I need to actually start thinking about the invisible part of the box, right? And that is actually pretty helpful because now that forces my brain to be like, well, if you have to see the parts that don't exist, that means we have to connect it with the parts that we do see, right? Sorry, it's not that they don't exist. They don't exist in terms of like actual visibility, but obviously it's a three-dimensional fucking form, so it does exist, right? And this is like, again, that pit of discomfort's coming back in my stomach, but this is when I need to lean in. And I want to tell you, like, I keep losing it. Like, within seconds, I keep losing this visualization, right? Like, within seconds, I keep losing the calculation because my brain is actively fighting against me to not calculate. And I have to be like, shut the fuck up, you're gonna calculate, right? That's just what's constantly happening. It's just my brain's like, no, we don't want to do this thing. I'm like, haha, yes you do. And you don't have a fucking choice, right? So I'm trying to think about the perspective right now. And I've got it wrong already, but see, like, because I'm trying to see through the other side of the form and I can't understand what the fuck I'm even trying to see at this point. But if I look at the reference again for a split second, okay, and then I try calculating. Okay, so I think I got it now. Because this is literally just, I guess, a Y, as you could see, right? But I need to think about how, and again, that Y, what I mean is this, right? Like this is the inside, and then I believe this is the outside. Nope, that's wrong. This is the inside, and so, no, this is the inside. And this is like fucking super shit. And this is the outside, I believe. What the fuck am I doing? So see, I don't understand it. I don't understand it at all. But I need to just drill the fuck out of this. So I'm gonna obviously go to the outside right now. Ah, yes, okay, so this is the inside. Where can I draw it here? It's like this, and then the outside is something like this. There you go. Like that's all. That's not what the box actually looks like, obviously, but I'm just trying to think in terms of how these all connect. But bro, like I can't see anything right now, but I need to fucking, that's when I need to really, again, I need to keep looking at the reference, right? And then every time I look back at what I have on, like, I need to keep looking at the reference, the portrait reference, to keep seeing the box that I'm trying to see, right? And then once I see that box, I need to immediately, and again, like I even like when I'm looking at the reference, I'm not putting the box in the accurate spot, so I need to be able to put it in the accurate spot, right? And then once I put it there, and by the accurate spot I mean relative to like her facial features, because again, it is right around the lips, right? It's right around the lips generally is where this the bottom of the box exists, I believe. I could be wrong, but in general, I know the fact that the nose is a little bit lower. The lips are probably in the middle. I think these are all wrong when I look at them. But again, I did draw the features too small here, and this one is relatively inaccurate. My head's already hurting. My head's already hurting, but I need to really lean into just seeing this box and seeing it accurately. And yeah, there you go. That's what I want. I have a huge pit of discomfort in my stomach. This is exactly what I want. So I need to see the other side of the form, right? So I need to see, yeah, there it is. There it is. Finally, I'm starting to see it, right? I'm going to see the other side of the form, right? And this is when I need to connect both the visible XYZ and the invisible XYZ in order to form this box, right? In order to form this box. And now that I have it, I need to see the cross sections on each visible and invisible plane. I'm gonna try to, and I barely see it by the way, but I need to try to hold this for as long as possible. It's over here, I'm gonna move it down over here. So I'm gonna move it down, and that's very difficult to move down a visualization, right? But I need to, and I lost the box, so I need to keep looking in. I need to try to recall what the box is, right? While I see this, and 1 second, almost have it. Fuck me. This is okay. I couldn't get it there, but I was really leaning into it. I'm gonna rest my brain. I encourage you to do so as well. And then we're gonna try visualizing it again. My eyes are fucking warm, bro. Jesus. But yeah, rest your brain, please. Yeah, isn't it incredible that even Kim Jong-il says he only sees about like 40 to 60% of what he wants to visualize on a good day? It's just, right? That actually makes me feel a lot better. You know, if someone who's considered the quote-unquote master, I mean, not even quote-unquote, he's a fucking master, okay? Like, someone who's considered the master of visualization, imagination, form, construction, drawing, right? If someone who, even with that label, that status, that skill set, says that they struggle with seeing more than that, then I think it's okay for me to struggle even seeing fucking like 30%, 20%, right? And to be okay with that. It's reassuring, you know, and I hope these videos, my biggest hope is the fact that over the decades, this video will provide the most concrete proof that you need, which is the fact that struggle is literally what it always is. Like, it is part of the journey. Therefore, the process of struggle and enjoying the struggle is the mindset that needs to be made to shift like the enjoyment from the external validation to the internal efforts, right? And then on top of that, to show that anybody can reach this level. Anybody can reach any level, right? But it's just about the effort that you put in and how much of that effort you're putting in, where you're putting it towards, and then being realistic as to what the combination of the volume plus the type of effort that's being put in is going to result over a specific time horizon, right? I'm going to put 5,000 hours of intentional fundamentals effort over the course of 30 years. Okay, that's going to get you XYZ. Not 30 years, 15 years? 15 years. Right, I'm thinking about me, so like 15 years, 1 hour, 5 days a week, 5 hours a week, 5 to 6 hours a week of practice, right? But anyways, I think I got the box relatively down, right? Again, my brain wants to make the bottom plane like this, right? But it's, actually, that is accurate. That is accurate, right? That's actually fucking accurate, never mind. It wants to make it like this, then that's fucking accurate, never mind. Because my brain, but I thought it was like this. So that's just an inaccuracy on my end, right? I thought it was something like this, like that. Right, but that's just wrong. So we got the angle down. Now I just need to see through the form, because that's the first step. The first step for me is like just being able to see through the form, and I need to hold it because I keep shifting. The plane keeps going from here to here to here, like it's moving all over the place. That's normal, by the way. It's gonna keep flickering. Right? So it's gonna keep flickering, shifting. You're gonna keep miscalculating. You're gonna keep losing multiple parts of any type of the thing that you're trying to visualize, calculate, understand, right? That's all normal, right? That is all completely normal. Why is it normal? Because I go through it and I'm fucking average as shit. So I assume everybody else is gonna experience some level of that. But now, okay, now I'm feeling that pit in my stomach, and this is exactly where I need to start seeing through the form, right? I need to start seeing through the form, and this is where, yes, this is where I need to hold this together. So I'm like barely seeing it, but I'm trying to hold it all together. And now I need to think about the cross axes, right? And you think about the cross axes or axis. I don't know, what is it, axis or axes? Axes, the axes powers. No, axis powers. Yeah, that makes more sense. But and then again, try to see again. I need to see the inside of the form, right? And then that connects with the outside, right? Like so. And again, this box, like even when I'm ghosting, isn't the most accurate. So that's when I feel good. Like you keep attaching dopamine to errors. You keep feeling good about your fuck ups, right? But there you go. Okay, so I'm starting to calculate in my mind on the page. Because again, when I tell you I'm visualizing, it's like half-assed. Not half-assed, sorry. It's half and half, right? Where it's like it's half sometimes calculations in my mind, half sometimes on the page. But I personally like, I'm training myself to see the visualization on the page. I'm training myself to see the visualization on the page and to, bless me, Jesus Christ. What I'm trying to lean into like my particular type of visualization. Everybody I think has different ratios, different methods, different methodologies, mannerisms, whatever the fuck when they're visualizing and calculating, right? When it comes to spatial reasoning and just draftsmanship and all that stuff. My particular way that I'm realizing constantly is the fact that like I'm trying to visualize on the page, right? But I'm also calculating in my mind. So it's like this mix of like trying to see it on the page and then I calculate it in my mind and then that calculation in my mind seems to transpose itself onto the page, right? And I just did the wrong calculation completely. So I have to, yeah, I have to get there you go. Like I had the wrong box. I was literally thinking of this box, which is completely inaccurate because that's an easy angle. My brain loves this fucking easy angle, like where all the planes are super, super visible, right? But that's not what it is. So I need to, again, bring it back, right? Need to think about the inside of the form. And again, huge pit of discomfort. I'm telling you, huge pit of discomfort in my stomach, right? And I need to, and again, that's the outside. I need to think about the inside too. Right, there you go, there you go. That's the inside XYZ axis, right? The not visible side. And then I need to connect them together, right? I'm trying to connect them together right now. And again, the angle is still a bit too harsh. Like I'm still making the front plane like this, or the bottom part of the front plane like this, when it should be like this, right? Her jaw's like this because her jaw is angled, right? Her jaw is angled upwards. But this to the ear, you see, it's pretty straight, you know? And obviously I put the ear in the wrong position, but like it's like that, right? And yes, I'm well aware that her face is angled, right? Like her face is lean, like it probably has an angle to it. But right now, just for the sake of trying to get this mental model down, right? We can make minute adjustments later, right? When the schema in of itself is more solidified. But right now, it's just about seeing. There you go. And now I think I'm finally starting to see the inside properly. There you go, there you go, there you go. Now I'm starting to see the inside properly. And then I just need to bring that outside, right? So how does that connect? It connects like this. There you go, right? So let's start by adding the first line. And before I do that, I'm just gonna try to see through the form. I'm trying to see the entire thing and then calculate, right? I'm gonna try to see through the entire thing and calculate and it's very difficult because my brain is not creating the proper depth. It's making the bottom plane this big, which is wrong because it should be something much larger, like that big, right? Or even larger, like a bit, there you go, something like that. But it is struggling immensely. And again, I keep looking at the portrait reference. This is good. And the reason I'm struggling so much just in this beginning phase is because this is a completely new angle, right? It's a new angle for my schemas. Therefore, it's a new angle for my brain to calculate these dozens and dozens and dozens of calculations. Like this is easily 30 plus calculations. Not currently right now. Right now, I'm trying to just get the scene through form. And again, dude, this pit of discomfort in my stomach is incredible because that's what you have to lean into. My brain does not want this friction. Your brain does not want this friction. You have to be like, shut the fuck up. Okay, just keep. And again, I'm talking while I'm doing this. Don't forget, I'm taxing my prefrontal cortex and I'm also taxing my parietal lobe and I'm taxing my motor cortex. Not really, my motor cortex is barely being used. I'm ghosting, which is the bridge between the motor cortex and the prefrontal cortex, right? But like it's nowhere near as much as it would be if I was actually drawing, right? But again, drawing is thinking and I am drawing, but I'm not doing the physical act of drawing right now. I'm just fucking trying to visualize this to the absolute core, right? I don't think that makes sense. To the absolute core, that makes no sense, but I'm just trying to visualize this calculate this as much as possible. My brain is extremely taxed right now. Like it's trying to see all of this and trying to understand all of this is very difficult, but I'm just starting to really see the form and get down the perspective, and I'm trying to push my brain. I'm making a lot of mistakes and the bottom is still too shallow in terms of depth, so I'm really trying to push that, right? I'm really trying to fucking push that, and I'm just starting to see it. Now I'm trying to think about the cross axes, right? Or axis on like vertical, horizontal, and diagonal on the entirety of the form, and that is actually fucking my brain right now. It's diddling it in the ass, bro. God damn it. But holy fuck. Okay, I'm gonna rest my brain. I could barely see there. I'm pretty sure I was an output regression, which is when your energy ceiling, your energy reserves in your brain hits its ceiling, right? So it's called astrocytic glycogen, or your glycogen reserves. Reserves. That's what your brain uses for energy, right? So especially when you're doing like knowledge work, deep work, spatial reasoning work, anything that's just cognitively intensive, right? Coding, fucking, I don't know, woodworking, anything that uses your brain, right? Accounting, anything that uses your brain extensively uses your glycogen reserves, right? So you're in output regression when you're trying really hard, you're thinking really hard, but it's actually worse. You're performing worse, you're thinking worse, you're outputting worse, right? But that's when your brain's in the most amount of plasticity. So I'm gonna rest my brain. That was great. We gotta utilize that gap effect afterwards, and then I'll finally put down a line after 20 minutes. Finally put down a line after 20 minutes. But yeah, rest your brain. All right. Wunderbar and the Dunderbar. Wait, why the fuck do I have a pen? Why is this pen here? This ain't right. You have a position. Or a location to be positioned in. But anyways. Holy fuck. This is amazing. Yeah. Like, that's why I have to take it one day at a time, because I keep realizing that, and this is just like it's just like a realization, but it's not really a useful realization. It's just like a reminder more than anything that yes, you will be here for thousands of hours. Sorry, hundreds of hours. Like, I'll obviously be in the journey for thousands of hours until I die, but it's just realizing that I'm literally gonna be here. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty accurate. I probably could have made it a bit more skewed, but yeah, it's just realizing that. And by the way, while I'm drawing this line, I'm trying to think about the overall form, right? Like, I'm trying to see through the form. I'm still trying to see the entire perspective, right? But it's just realizing that I'm going to be here for hundreds of hours, right? And again, I'm trying to think about the inside of the perspective, right? Trying to really see, because I do believe that we see this quite like this plane. I do believe we see this plane, I'm trying to think, like pretty decently, right? Like, and obviously it'll be converged and all that stuff, but this is definitely like a plane that faces us in what am I trying to say here? In like it's a very forward facing plane. This plane, this side of the box, we do see quite extensively, I believe, right? Like, it's a very wide plane, right? It's like this one. It's like this one, basically. Like, we see it quite a bit, right? And I'm just trying to think about the other side, and it's something like this, right? This is basically what I had in my mind. See, because this is what I originally drew here, right? So that is, and I think I got this angle a bit too much. Like, this is actually the wrong angle now that I think about it, because it is supposed to be more straight, but and that's a mistake. Like, I wasn't looking at it properly, right? So we have to think about, and again, like, while I'm looking at this, I'm really trying to see through the form, right? And before I even make a mark, and I don't want to use my finger or my pen as an anchor point. I just want to, just through this, I want to see the entirety of the back plane and the form, and I see it now. Okay, so I see it pretty well, right? I'm seeing this plane. I'm seeing the inside like this here, this plane, right? That's projected outward from this one. Seeing this, it's connecting here, right? It's also foreshortened, right? Or like, just there's a bit of convergence I'm adding to make it look a bit more natural, right? There's that one. It's coming down here, convergence here, and then I see this top plane, right? And then I see this side plane as well. And it's nothing incredible, but it is obviously a wider degree. But I'm just trying to think, like, before I make this mark, I need to look at the reference again. And I need to see exactly, like, where is this box located. And I do believe it is something like this, right? Because I need to be able to see the perfect cube on basically the first half of her face, right? Bless me. Why the fuck did you have to make this retarded position, bro? Why are you trying to challenge my brain? What is this shit? But I need to see the box accurately inside, like over, like encompassing her face, and on the right part of her face, which is like up until the bottom, like a bit past the bottom of her nose, I believe, right? So that is very difficult, but I'm just trying to think right now. And let's see. God damn, this is a grind. This is good. I always use grind in a good way. Grind is just effort, but this is like just funny enough, just looking at the portrait and trying to encompass this box over her head is very difficult, right? But I need to see it. And again, that pit of discomfort in my stomach is back, but I need to see it accurately. And I need to not wrap it around her face. There needs to be some space because her head is that sphere, right? The top part of her head is that sphere. So I need to think about this. And her hair is also like a volume that's getting in the way, right? So I need to ignore that volume as well, which is very difficult. Yeah, and I do believe it's something like this. I'm just trying to think about the depth, right? I'm just trying to think about the depth. And this is so fucking hard because I need to try to hold this because I'm still looking at the reference, by the way. I'm still looking at the reference, really trying to hold this. Oh god, that pit in my stomach is back. This is good. I'm trying to hold it. I'm trying to hold that box. I'm trying to get it accurate. Okay, I think there's a decent amount of depth. And I think this is the angle. There you go. This could be completely wrong. I don't know. I don't know. This could be completely wrong. But there you go. And now let's add, and while I hold this in my mind, let's add while I hold now, because I'm looking at the box again, but I'm trying to calculate the inside, right? I'm trying to think about the inside. And again, I made this way too fucking converged. But again, I'm still trying to figure out that ratio of convergence for myself, right? So see, I missed the mark. See, I missed the mark. So that's good because that means I fucked up. Which means I have room for improvement to be made. Right? Look at that. I have to like curve it a little bit. It's just wrong, but it's okay. Like let's just fix it. There you go. But it's connected there, and then I'm trying to see through the form. Again, I'm really trying to see through the form and connect it, right? Understand exactly how this is all going to work out, right? And this is going to be a slight convergence, and this is going to be a slight convergence there. See, it's here, here, and here, right? Because my, I believe my fucking vanishing point's like my horizon line's like something like this, right? So, actually, you know, what the fuck? Where is my horizon line? It's like this, right? This is one vanishing point. This one vanishing point. This one vanishing point. That's one vanishing point. Right? Oh god, this is so like my brain is in overdrive right now. But I'm really trying to see through the form, and this has already made it a million times easier to see through the form. I'll be honest, right? Like this has made it a lot easier to see through the form. And while I'm doing this, I gotta remember that this plane over here is her face. Right, like this invisible plane is her face, so that is something to keep in mind, right? And while I'm doing this, I need to also make sure that I draw this accurately to the best of my ability, right? And did I even converge this? It's like very slight. I don't even think I converged it. So just to avoid that, we're just gonna make these relatively parallel, right? There you go, like this line, and that line, because if I didn't converge it that much, then it's gonna look really awkward and really wonky if this top line is like converged drastically, and there's like this little millimeter difference here, right? That would actually have made a huge difference. So now the next step is to just visualize the fuck out of the inside of this, right? And to like calculate the inside. So this right here, right? And I can tell I'm getting better at being able to see the inside, but I need to visualize it. And I'm trying to, and oh wow, dude, that was crazy. I'm actually seeing the center lines, the cross axes, the fucking cross axis, cross axis, center lines, vertical, horizontal, diagonal, pretty well in this angle. Like that's actually pretty crazy to me, but it's just about connecting it as well, right? Like it's actually pretty insane how I'm getting, yeah, like even with the center line here, I'm starting like not from the bottom, I'm starting from the back, right? And being able to see that, and being able to see this center line, and the same thing, holy shit, on the back here, I can see this center line a lot clearer than I did yesterday. So I grinded the fuck out of my brain yesterday to see that. So now, clearly, oh fuck me, I dropped my pen again, and this time it flew out of my hand and went on my table next to me. But now, before I rest my brain, I'm just gonna lean into trying to see this entire fuckery, not the ellipses yet, but just everything that is just the cross, the lines and the diagonals and the verticals and the center planes intersected. I'm gonna just, because this is clearly like, if I can more easily see these calculations and calculate in my mind, then that means that I have a duty, right? It is my duty to push even further. So, fucking Super Saiyan 3 time, right? I know that's not the right thing, that's Vegeta's, but or is it? No, is that Vegeta's? I don't fucking know anymore. But anyways, I'm really trying to see the back plane here. I'm really trying to see the back plane. I'm really trying to see this diagonal, vertical, horizontal, not vertical, Jesus Christ, diagonal. And I'm trying to see it from the back plane first, right? And I don't know if this box is accurate, but I think it's relatively accurate. I think it's okay. There's definitely, at least the depth is there, right? Which I'm happy about. And when I look at the reference, I did get the angle a bit wrong, but I think I got the depth correct, right? I think I got the depth decently correct. It's hard, especially when the face, right? When the hair is like a volume that's mapping, or that's essentially like an additional form that's a volume on the back of the skull, right? But anyways, I'm just gonna spend the next minute or so really fucking trying to see everything, like literally everything. And the hardest part still now is this, anything that's wrapping around the side of the plane, right? Because I haven't practiced that, like the center plane, sorry, any center plane that's this angle, right? You see same thing like this one, this side, right? Anything that's like the visible, this L shape, I guess you could say, upside down L, whatever the fuck you want to call it, right? That's the hardest, and that's what I need to really lean into, to seeing the other side. And again, it's beautiful. Like every time I look at this, I need to be able to see this. Anytime I look at this invisible part, right, the not visible part of this center plane, right, I need to be able to see this, the Y, right, like this X, Y, Z, connecting it. I need to think about the proper convergences, and like if they're going in conjunction with the other vanishing points, and like towards the vanishing point with the other lines. And I need to immediately, like when I start thinking about that center plane in general, this center line, right, I need to be able to see this diagonal, this vertical, this horizontal, right, and like accurately too. And that's beautiful, because it literally forces my brain, and it's doing it. I'm doing it right now. Like I'm really grinding my brain to see the entire thing. It's forcing me to really see at least 1, 2, 3, 4 planes as center lines, right? Horizontal, vertical, and diagonal, as well as like hold it. And then now I'm trying to hold that and also see the other ones, which is extremely difficult, right? Because now I have to see this one, the back one again, right? And I'm not really seeing it, but I'm trying so fucking hard, and my brain is just going between all these calculations. Oh, this is so good. Oh, and that pit of discomfort's back. But yeah, like I'm trying so fucking hard to see it, right? Trying so hard. And again, I'm getting a lot, I can feel myself getting better. It's literally easier today for me to see see through the form and to see these center planes, right? Am I seeing them in conjunction? Am I seeing this, right? Where it's like all center planes fused, right? Am I seeing this? No, I'm not seeing that. This is like a schema that I have to build, right? But I'm not seeing that yet, right? I have to say yet like that. I can smell it. That's a gassy Mexican scene actors reference when they're playing the hidden, right? But yeah, I can't see it yet. But the fact is, like, I'm gonna spend the next 30 seconds, and I know I said that 5 minutes ago, but I'm gonna spend the next 30 seconds really fucking pushing my brain to see all of this, really grinding it, really fucking grinding it, really trying to see this entire box in perspective properly, see through the form, see all the center lines and everything, right? And just visualize the center planes connecting to the best of my ability, right? Just visualize the center planes connecting to the best of my ability. And right now, I'm already losing it. It's all blurry, but it's fucking, oh my god, the discomfort that I feel in my head trying to hold this entire fuckery, that entire fuckery in my mind, like, is insane. It is actually insane, and it's such a good feeling. It is. Okay, I need to like push in just a little bit more, because I can feel my brain, I can feel the tension in my brain, right? So I need to really push through, and again, feel good, right? Attaching dopamine, I feel good right now, attaching dopamine. I'm in very clearly an output regression, but I need to really push through. And this is definitely like a pretty decent box, because I'm able to visualize the scene through form a lot better now. But this is definitely a pretty decent box. And again, I'm fucking calculating this. So what am I seeing right now? I'm trying to see through the box. I'm trying to see the center plane, right? And when I see the center plane, I'm trying to think about this cross axis, this one, right? Vertical, horizontal, vertical. And this is the back plane, by the way. From this one projected over, I'm talking about this back plane. Oh, my words are slurring too, which is great, because that means that I'm really grinding my brain, and my speech patterns are getting affected as well, right? But yeah, like I'm really trying to see. And okay. Okay, I leaned in there. I could barely see the cross sections, like the three plane intersection, right? The three center plane intersection, but whew, that was a good. That was very good. I rest my brain. I encourage you to do so as well. Right, holy shit. So yeah, this is good. Like, okay, so I don't know if it's because this is an easy angle, right? I thought it was a more difficult angle. To visualize initially, it was a difficult angle, but I guess once the box was laid out, and it's been a lot easier to actually see through the form, right? But I think that's just a byproduct. It's just a byproduct of the effort, right? Like, it's a byproduct of the fact that I've spent fucking 10 hours now. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 10th hour. This is my 10th hour of just grinding my brain. So let's see what the 10,000th hour will do, right? How the mastery goes down. But yeah, let me rest my brain. I encourage you to do so as well. Okay, wunderbar, wunderbar. Hey, isn't it amazing? Bless me. I haven't wanted to draw for like the past week and a half now. And yet every time I do draw, oh, by the way, like immediately I'm seeing through the form now. I'm looking at the other side of the invisible plane and all that shit. But isn't it amazing that like it's always like this? The days I never want to draw, i.e., which is basically every day at this point, right? In the sense that like it's just a feeling. It's not that I never want to draw. My brain immediately thinks about the most friction. That's what I think a lot of people's brains do. Is like your brain immediately thinks about the most frictionful point of the thing you're about to do, and then it conflates it to that being the entire experience forever and always, and it just shuts it out, right? But funny enough, for me, that's technically true because like I do try to be in this state for as fucking long as possible. Immediately, by the way, I'm seeing through the form. I'm trying to think about the. Oh, I'm trying to think about the cross sections. Let me try that right now. I want to try and visualize every single cross section. You know, diagonal, diagonal, vertical, horizontal, right? Diagonal, diagonal, vertical, horizontal. Same thing on this side. Diagonal, diagonal, vertical, horizontal, and then obviously the other side, right? Diagonal, diagonal, vertical, horizontal, right? And again, same thing here, right? Fuck, I'm not even ghosting that properly, but same thing here, right? There you go. That's better. And then same thing here. Right, there you go. And ghosting again is really, really helpful. It's really, really helpful. It's literally the bridge between you applying and you thinking, right? And it's a bridge in the sense that it actually like eases that. Because when I'm not ghosting right now, I have to think about the entire thing. It's fucking easily twice, if not three to four times more difficult, right? And because I don't have my pen here as an anchor point. The second I have my pen here as an anchor point, it's like, oh, okay, wow, that's a lot easier. Right? Like that is a lot easier, you know, because now it's like I can easily just connect the lines here in my mind, you know, and then that frees up mental space, right? That feels up cognitive energy, right, from my parietal lobe, or sorry, prefrontal cortex, to then be like, oh, diagonal, diagonal, vertical, horizontal. But the second I take it away, the second I take it away, it's just like, oh no, you have to find and calculate that anchor point in and of itself, right? Like these are the little things that everything takes effort, right? Like, and I'm really grinding my brain to see through this form right now. The more I push in, the better it's getting to see through the form. And then I'm trying to think about the back plane, like this back plane, this back plane, this back plane, right? When I say, like, if I'm pointing somewhere, you're like, what the fuck is he pointing at? Just assume it's a projection of the thing that's in complete opposite to that. So when I say here, it's here. When I say here, it's this one. When I say this right here in the middle, and you're like, what the fuck, that's kind of vague, it's this one, this middle one. Obviously, like, I hope you're drawing and not just watching me. But right, but yeah, like I'm trying to now, for all the back planes, calculate their center lines, vertical, horizontal, and diagonal, right? And that's in my brain immediately, by the way, like, because I don't have my pen here to create the anchor point. My brain immediately is making this parallel line go that way. It's going that way, and I have to be like, oh shit, oh no, that's wrong, you're doing it again. Oh, it's slightly up, okay. And it's the minor nuances. Like at this point, it's not like, it's less often that it's just spazzing out and it's like, oh, this way, that way, and it's all completely wrong. It's more just like randomly it'll stay and they'll be like, just kind of like flicker, and I'll just be like, I'll go back, right? And it's like these millimeter adjustments that I'm constantly making in my mind, right? Like right now, same thing. Like it stopped here when it should have gone up here, right? So like this line stopped here, and that's wrong because that means this is diverging, right? This back plane is going that way, this one's going this way. So I have to be like, oh no, go up, right? Like make sure you're actually, and that helps me think about the vanishing points and convergences and everything too, right? So it's great. It's genuinely great. It's great. Oh, Tony the Tiger, right? Anyways, but now I'm really trying to think and see through the form and really. And the biggest thing I've noticed is, especially when it comes to having this anchor point, it's always the convergences. So you see, even my finger is diverging right now, right? Or my pen, it needs to be slightly more up, right? It needs to be very accurate. So I'm trying to get that accuracy down, and just the fact that I'm aware of it is helping a lot. And I'm really trying to think about this being accurate as well. Like this back plane, like follow the convergences, like follow it. And you have to will your brain to consistently not make these mistakes, right? We're willing it. And now that I'm forcing myself to will it, and this is just seeing through the form, by the way. Now that I'm forcing myself to will it, because this is genuine effort. My stomach, the pit in my stomach's back. The pit in my stomach, the extreme pit of discomfort in my stomach, which I've always experienced when I'm fucking trying, is back, right? And I just have to be like, yeah, you're there. That's good. That's a good feeling, right? That's a good feeling. I don't know why I said it like that, but that's a good feeling. And I'm just gonna try to hold this for as long as possible. Now that I'm holding it, I believe relatively accurately, like the XYZ on the see-through part of the form, right? I need to hold that. This is the next step, right? I need to hold that and then immediately see all the cross sections. I need to see all the cross sections, right? And that is extremely difficult because I'm already doing something that's taxing my brain. And I have to see all the cross section on every single invisible and visible plane, right? And I'm trying to hold it, I'm trying to see it all, and I, just for a split second there, I did see it, but my brain, oh, holy shit, it's getting warm, bro. But I'm trying to, and again, you're not actually even, my hand's not even there to be like, whoop-de-doo, look, something entertaining, because it's all in my mind, and that's why I'm trying to narrate as much as possible, right? The back plane here, oh, just lost it for a second, but this anchor is looking pretty solid right now, right? So I'm trying to hold that, and I'm trying to just, and again, like the second, like I hold the anchor and then I try calculating, let's say this diagonal and this plane that's projected out here. Immediately the ankle's like it starts to fade and it starts to just drift. It's like no, you have to hold that and then calculate, because holding that anchor is extremely important, right? Because it's basically the anchor to all the cross axes, right? Especially on this invisible side of the plane, like this point right here, right? And obviously like the visible sides as well. Like this is this anchor, like this point right here is this point right here. That's the anchor, right? Because this is where everything goes off of, this diagonal, this diagonal, this diagonal. And the diagonals is what allow you to create accurate vertical cross axis as well. But either way, I'm just trying to hold all that. I'm trying to see all the cross axes, and now I'm gonna grind my brain even further. We're gonna grind it even further. We're gonna try to see the three plane intersection, right? The three center plane intersection, which is extremely difficult. Oh, dude, that pit in my stomach. Holy shit, that pit in my stomach is. And this is good because this is exactly where I want to be. This feeling of extreme discomfort is what I chase, right? This is what I have to train myself to chase, and this is what you can train yourself to chase as well. Like I'm telling you, I understand how uncomfortable it is because every fiber of my being, see my speech is getting worse and worse because it's so taxing. But every fiber of my being is telling me stop being in this state, right? And my brain in general is like, dude, you're doing all this, it's extremely uncomfortable, right? You're trying to see this vertical center plane, and you can barely see that, but you have to, please stop pushing through to try to calculate the first one, let alone the second and the third, which you can barely see, right? Like please stop that. You can't see the cross axis anymore, right? The planes are like the seen through form is losing its stability and its consistency, and I just have to be like, shut the fuck up. I'm gonna try calculating the horizontal one now, right? Just shut the fuck up. Like I must absolutely consistently push through this feeling. Now I'm trying to see all at once. I'm trying to calculate them all at once, and oh my god, this is grinding my brain, but I'm trying to calculate them all at once. And this is so incredibly difficult, right? Holy shit, this is actually fucking my brain up. Oh my god. And like I'm trying to hold everything together too. Whew. Okay, that was incredibly taxing. So, oh my god, it's been 43 minutes. Okay, I'll do that type of round one more time where I try to hold everything and try to calculate three center planes. And then we have to do the part that's even more difficult, which my brain is not capable of yet, which is visualizing the ellipses inside of them, right? By the way, when I visualize those ellipses, you can just assume that everything else is not guesswork, but it's intuition, in the sense that like it's like vague intuitive calculation on like the center, the seen through form and the cross axis, all that shit, right? Because my brain is allocating all its brain energy just to fucking hold these three center planes, which I can't do right now, but to hold them as one chunked component, right? The three center planes, and then putting ellipses inside them, and then putting a fucking sphere over that, right? Oh, that mark was a mistake. But anyways, let's rest our brains. Holy shit, man. But yeah, if you ever want proof that drawing is thinking, because I know some people, well, I don't know who the fuck is here 45 minutes in, but if you are here 45 minutes in, and you're probably here from the future, and maybe you skipped around and you just happened to chance upon this exact sentence that I'm saying right now, and you're like, where is this going, right? But if you ever want any proof, like genuine proof that drawing is thinking, the master, Karl Kapinski, right? He had a stroke last year, I believe. It's 2026, so it's 2025, I believe he had a stroke, right? And he lost all motor ability. His left hand, I believe his entire left side was paralyzed. It was really sad. But he's recovered pretty well. I think, like, according to himself, obviously, like, he has mentioned that, like, he still has, like, all these little things that, you know, impede him and get in the way, right? And by the way, I'm gonna start thinking, i.e. drawing, i.e. thinking, right, while I'm doing this. But and again, my speech is gonna be very stilted because now I'm already in that discomfort. Right? But he, see, like, fucking, I don't know why I'm talking like this, but he lost essentially his motor skills, right? He lost his motor skills, and yet he did not lose his mind, right? He did not lose the mental fortitude of draftsmanship that he built over decades, right? So he regained the skills, at least to my amateur eye, to many people's amateur eye. He regained a shit ton of it within half a year, right? He was drawing some incredibly fidelitated, that's not a word, like just some really high fidelity drawings. You know, he's just an incredible artist, right? But it's his mind that allowed him to do that, right? His hand could not draw. He's left-handed, right? So let's just say, like, I'm drawing like him, but I'm right-handed. His lines were like this. Like, he couldn't fucking do anything. He literally couldn't do anything. But through sheer effort, obviously, just to improve his own motor skills, right, he bridged the gap between his mind and his hand, right? So even when he was drawing, like, with his skills where he couldn't even hold the fucking pen, bro, he couldn't hold the pen, it already looked like somebody who's been drawing for half a year, 2 years, right? Something like that, in terms of, like, how well constructed the drawings were, his initial drawings, right? And how tiring it was for him too. But it's his mind. He built a mind that could see, right? That when people say drawing is seeing, I think that's also a huge part of it. Like, drawing is seeing, you know, drawing is thinking and seeing. We see the world around us and we think about how to translate it through line or through shapes and through values and through form, always through form, right? We see the page in front of us and we see things that don't exist on the page. We visualize, we calculate. And if you have aphantasia, and I highly doubt you do, because you're fucking, that's literally like affects 1 to 3% of the population or some shit, right? So get your head out of your ass. I can barely fucking see, right? And yet I have some level semblance of visualization, right? But aphantasia is like you don't see anything in your mind. So if you actually don't see anything in your mind, you can still build absolutely god tier spatial reasoning abilities because it's calculating, and everybody's capable of calculating, right? The way you see will simply be different. You will be using, from my understanding, and this is based on Irshad Karim, right, the creator of Drawbox, the founder of Drawbox, Uncomfortable, right, is his alias. He has aphantasia, and if you look at his fucking art, it's like, wow, that's incredibly well constructed. That's well composed. His gesture is nice. Like, he has cool, really cool designs, right? This is concept art. He drew like an intense a space engine fuckery, like, for some of his concept arts. And he can't see that in his mind. He can't even fathom that in his mind. He just sees nothing. Yet he calculated his way through it through sheer logic and spatial reasoning, right? And then played around with it through his own playfulness, right? Like curiosity, whatever the fuck, right? So the point is, drawing is thinking. I just wanted to say, like, if you want an example that drawing is thinking, just look at Karl Kapinski, bro. Man went through a stroke, but his mind didn't get a stroke. I don't know if that's actually how it works, but whatever. His mind was fine. It's just his body went through a stroke, right? Like the left side of his body was pretty paralyzed, and yet he regained the ability and he got back to his, at least from my beginner eye, his previous skills, right? Purely through effort and the fact that his mind had he'd done the 30 years of work to see the draftsmanship, right? To see the shapes, to see the forms, to see the line work. His hand just needed a shit ton of fucking effort to catch up because it'd been through something so horrible, right? So anyways, with that being said, I can barely see through the form because, again, while talking about something completely adjacent, unrelated to this, while thinking about something completely related to the spatial reasoning is extremely difficult. But right now I'm just going to lean in and try to see through the entire form, right? See every single fucking vertical, horizontal, diagonal, cross-axis on every single visible and invisible plane, right? And then I'm going to try to also see the fused three-center plane, right? Like the schema, the three-center plane schema, right? Like attachment, essentially, right? This. I'm going to try to see that. So it's going to be extremely difficult. I'm going to be extremely taxed. I'll try to narrate my way through it, right? But I want to say right now it's already struggling because I can't hold that anchor point properly in my mind, right? So I need to calculate that. And the pit of discomfort is back, right? And I'm going to be very, like, I'm going to constantly keep talking about that pit of discomfort just so you know, like, oh God, my eyes are getting blurry, bro. Just so you know that this is something that I constantly go through, right? And I feel amazing. Like, I'm literally forcing myself to feel good while I go through this, because this is incredibly taxing. I can only see two of the center planes. I can only see this one, and I can only see this one, right? The horizontal one is completely lost on me currently, right? And again, when I try to see the horizontal one, it starts here when the edge of the plane's here, but it's starting here. So I need to constantly calculate. I need to correct that. I need to course correct, and I need to feel good about making these mistakes, which I'm forcing myself to do right now. There's just some generic, vague feeling of feeling good, right? But this is art. This is life. Anyways, I need to go back to focusing, but I'm really trying to lean into this, really trying to lean into this. And right now, trying to hold all this in my mind together, right, is creating an intense pressure in my brain. Like, my eyes are starting to get warm, my brain has this intense pressure, and I have that pit of discomfort in my stomach, right? But I'm gonna push through. I'm gonna really fucking push through. I'm gonna try to see all of it. I'm gonna try to see all of it. I'm trying to calculate all of it. I'm gonna try to see every single fucking thing possible, right? This left plane as well, the invisible one. I'm trying to see. Holy shit, that pit of discomfort is traveling up. Dude, the fucking discomfort is traveling up to my back. Holy shit. But I need to fucking hold on to this. I need to hold on to this. Like, I feel uncomfortable in my own skin, but I need to hold on to this, and I need to see the center planes, and I need to see them intersected. I need to, just for a split second, come on, you can do this. Or if I can't do this, I need to try to do this, but I need to see them intersected just for a split second. I believe, and the center lines are getting wonky. Like, this one's going down here when it should be here, right? But holy shit, come on, you can do it, Vagu, I believe in you. Oh, okay. Well, I didn't do it, but I tried so fucking hard. And I did get far, because I tried, right? I did try. Contrary to popular pop culture belief, right? But okay, it's been 52 minutes. I'm gonna rest my brain. Now we're just gonna try to put the fucking ellipses in there. That's a Hail Mary, you know? Project Hail Mary, right? That's only relevant to like this year, maybe the past 5 months. And then nobody will get this joke. It was a movie that came out that's this year, 2026, Project Hail Mary. Anyways, Matt Damon, I think it's Matt Damon. No, it's fucking Ryan Gosling, never mind. Matt Damon was the Mars one, right? The fucking diddling Mars or some shit. Anyways, let me rest my brain. I encourage you to do so as well. And then we will try to do the even harder thing, right? So, BRB! One thing I'm curious about when it comes to myself, right, is like I'm going through this extremely difficult and frictionful, probably at least 2 to 3 decades of draftsmanship, just like trying to fucking do my absolute best and just grind my brain to the best of my ability to min-max, right? To min-max, to be as efficient as possible in terms of like just more effort I put in these chunked like 1 hour sessions, 5 hours a week, 5 to 6 hours a week, right? The more dividends it pays when it comes to just being able to understand form and draw from imagination, right? That's been pretty clear to me. So I'm just thinking like, because Kim Jong-il or like a lot of these artists, like Peter Han, Elisa Ivanova, right? Jae Kwang Park, Marshall Vandroff. I fucking love Marshall, bro. Marshall Vandroff, his fucking god tier draftsmanship, right? And he references so many good draftsmen because he understands the importance. He even talked about it. He's like, I don't know what the fuck happened to American schools, right? If you go to one of Proko's video regarding perspective, but he literally says, he's like, it's just lost. Nobody talks about the importance of draftsmanship, right? I think East Asian schools all understand it. Like the Japanese understand it, the Chinese understand it, right? Like I think like a lot of these East Asian schools, the Russians understand it, right? Like the importance of construction, the importance of form. They all understand it, but that's been basically thrown to the wayside for fine art, right? Observational art, which is like fine. Like fine art is great and all, but for some reason the underlying construction, like the perspective is so minimal in the teachings when it's the fucking foundation of reality, right? Like, and Marshall was like, he mentioned it like over just a couple sentences. He's like, I don't know what the fuck happened. Like, I don't know why just randomly 50 years ago just completely shifted when couple hundred years prior to that, like it was literally the basis of learning, where like it was like, you want to learn how to draw, like this is drawing, construction is drawing, right? This is how you learn to actually understand the world around you. So, and then everything is placed on top of that: gesture, values, composition, fucking design, right? Anatomy, all those things, like more complex forms, all that shit is placed on top of the simple building blocks, right? But yeah, Marshall Vandroff, god tier. But I've noticed that they're also calm. Like a lot of these extremely elite artists, and there's thousands more I've not named, right? I'm making a list on my phone to remember all the ones, like Katsuhiro Otome, right? I think that's the creator of Akira, right? And then there's Shimome, no wait, what the fuck, Kamome Shirahama, right? Kamome Shirahama, and that is the author of Witch Hat Atelier, right? But like I've noticed, like they have such calm dispositions, right? Anybody who's skilled seems to have such a calm disposition, and I'm the complete opposite of that. I'm a fucking retard, right? So like I'm wondering, and I speak so fast, you know, and I'm just wondering. And by the way, like while I'm talking, I'm really trying to think about all this properly, but I'm just wondering if I'm gonna be calm. Will I calm down? Right? After 30 years of intensive spatial reasoning practice, draftsmanship practice, becoming the best artist I can possibly be within the hours that I allocate to myself realistically, right? Like, will I come out of it being like, it's just chill, guys. You don't even have to practice. We're all vibing here, right? Hashtag Viggy the fam. You know, I think my quote used to be something like that. I don't know. Like, if I turn to something like that, I fucking shoot myself, bro. Right? I don't want ever to be so experienced and so above the whole like artistic journey that I'm like, and I'm not saying that's what these people are like, but obviously I'm talking about myself, right? I don't want to be. I'm actually like I want to always be like this in the sense that like I say it as it is. I'm straight up, right? I never want to sugarcoat things, and I just want to be hashtag real. I want to be a real guy, right? So. I just want to be, if a beginner is like, I just started learning how to draw, can I be a master like you? I don't want to be like, yeah, just draw, have fun, you know, play around with it, because that's so fucking vague. Jesus Christ, my Indian is coming out, but I'm also coming everywhere, but I don't know, I always have a tendency to make jizz jokes, right? Is that the plight of the 21st century male, right? But anyways, like I'm completely distracted right now, so I need to obviously, like, while I'm talking about this, focus on the, because I'm just thinking about the 3 center planes right now. I need to really focus on the 3 center planes. I need to try to hold that in my mind as much as possible. And then I need to see the ellipses inside of them, right? Like this ellipse, right? This ellipse. I know I'm distracted. I completely lost what I was saying. This ellipse, right? This ellipse, and then this ellipse, right? And then now that we got those 3 ellipses, right, we need to think about the sphere. That's inside of it. Oof, that's a lot to think about. It's been 57 minutes, Jesus Christ. But all I'm trying to say is, I hope I still retain, like, my goonery as I go through the journey of excellence and mastery, because I never want to lose the whole hundreds and thousands of repetitions, hundreds of thousands of hours. It's all about effort. It's about directionally correct effort. It's all about spatial reasoning. Like, I never want to lose these things I constantly iterate just because I'm at a point where I can just fucking see and do anything I want. You know what I mean? Like, because that's where Kim Jong-il ended up being. He was like, yeah, he's like, and it's not as if he just fucking vaguely says things. He's always talking about the perspective, importance of perspective foundations, but he speaks at such a high level. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. I never want my advancedness to alienate or deter or to confuse anybody who's way below that level because of the particular choice of words that I'm using, right? If a beginner is like, how do I draw a box? I don't want to immediately be like, well, you just draw a box and then you think about this and you think about this and you think about this. They can be like, what the fuck, bro? I can barely even think about one vanishing point. I want to be like, it all starts with line. Like, I want to still be doing that. Even 30 years from now, I want to be like, it starts with line, right? And then I want to obviously shill my entire channel, be like, look, there's 7,000 videos, 6,000 videos. I'm at 6,000, like 3 to 4,000. There's 3 to 4,000 videos, right? I.e. hours of practice that I've done. That will help you. That will literally tell you exactly what I did, right? But I think obviously like a consolidated video as well over the years, talking about all the skills that I've learned would help quite a bit as well. But anyways, I need to fucking think. This is just a tangent I'm going on. And this is obviously my mind distracting myself from the extremely difficult task at hand, which is see through the form, see through this center plane, see that center plane, and now just see the ellipses inside of them. And again, like, it's extremely difficult because I'm trying to connect a pit of discomfort's back, and this time it's in my stomach and my lower back. What the fuck? But it's I need to think about this center plane, right? This center plane, this center plane, right? This center plane, and then this center plane, this horizontal one, right? And I need to think about the ellipses inside of them, right? I need to think about the ellipses. Because this is obviously, I think like I think this box in general, this Y is like not right. Oh, it should have been more angled. That's why, right? Yeah, so like the box is already like, this kind of like a wonky 1-point perspective when I look at it now. It's pretty inaccurate. But either way, Let's see. This is going to be something like this ellipse, so I need to obviously think about it from here, right? And again, I'm really glad. See, like I'm already doing this unseen side, right? That makes me happy that I'm actually thinking about it like that, right? But we need to think about these three ellipses, right? These three ellipses or ellipses, right? And then this one over here as well. And then I need to hold them all together, and then this is my sphere, I think. I don't fucking know. Oh god, it's been an hour. Okay, fuck it. Time to draw. Time to draw the actual features, right? So, oh, this is gonna be hard because I actually have to think. I really need to, like, especially to get the ear placement down, I need to get the goddamn So let's see. We got the eye line here, right? And where is the edge of my sphere? Okay, bit of discomfort's back. Let's see. We have, right? And then this is the ellipse. And you get the right ellipse. See, again, you see how notice I stopped this way down here? That's wrong. It's all the way down there. There you go. Right? And that is a good mistake. And we need to see, this is like the edge. This is the eye line. So I need to do the eyebrow, something like this. Something like that. There you go. That's the eyebrow. And then the nose is down here somewhere, right? Because that is the bottom, close to the bottom. So if this is my eye line, right? And then obviously I made this eyebrow way too curved, but either way, it's my eye line. And then we got, well, fucking I have to draw the cheekbones too. God damn. Let's do something like this, right? And then where's the nose? Where's the fucking nose? I need to think about the perspective again. So yeah, the nose is like roughly down here, I guess, right? Something like this. And I may be making the features way too small. I'm well aware of that, by the way, because like I can't think. I literally cannot think right now, right? I genuinely cannot think. And then we got the jaw, right? We got the jaw, and I literally cannot see the sphere. So I'm really trying to see fucking as hard as possible as to the sphere in and of itself, right? Like, again, trying to see this center, trying to see this center ellipse, right? And then trying to see what the fuck's the other one. There's this one, oh, and then this one, right? And now we gotta get the lips. Let's just do this. This is my lips, right? And then this is my chin. She had quite a large chin for a woman, right? Her jaw perhaps even bests my own, right? And then, let's see, we got the jawline coming all the way up here, and then I gotta think about, see, like, again, because I'm going back and forth between the reference and this, right? So I gotta see the, oh, I forgot to do the eyes. I was like, something's off. This is the eyes. There you go, that's the eyes. So I was like, something's off. We can't really see, something about this doesn't seem right. But again, I need to think about the overall form. And that's, I guess that's the forehead. I did make the eyebrows pretty inaccurate, to be honest. I don't think I didn't even, this isn't even at the center. That's the problem, right? Like this, or is it at the center? I don't know. But I'm trying to think about the overall, I'm trying to think about the three plane and with the three ellipses intersection right now. I'm also trying to make sense of it all. Fucking Jesus, right? Because I need the sphere, and then I need the ear bars. But I need the, I need to think about the where the ear is. So let me see. Oh god, pin up discomfort's back. So let's see. And I know I say like, oh god, but like it's a good thing. It's a good thing. And I need to see. Yeah, I need to see. I need to think about where it's connected in terms of like the sphere. So the sphere, something like this, and then I believe this is where the ear should be, right? And again, this pen never wants to cooperate with me, does it? Something like that. Yeah, this pen literally never wants to cooperate with me. But and like overall, I'm trying to see the form and everything, and where the sphere sits. But this is extremely difficult, I'll be honest, right? And then we have the other side of her jaw, right? If this is the angle, then it's something like this, right? Because the jaw is jutting outward. It is space. It is lower than the box, right? That is like the jaw part of the Loomis head, And then we got the neck, because this is the sphere, comes down around here, and then we got the neck right around there, I think. Right. Whew, that's, I mean, it would look better if the fucking pen worked properly, but that's what it is. So let me just get the, oh shit, I fucking, god damn it, my pen hit the wire that's attached to the tripod. But anyways, let's actually get this down. Right, trying to get the, even that's off in terms of the vanishing point, but like my brain really just doesn't want to do anything right now, but we still got to make it go through the ringer, right, in terms of seeing everything. So again, this is what I'm constant, and while I'm doing this, I'm also trying to constantly train my brain. So like while I'm doing this, even now, I'm training my brain to see all the other existing axes, like seeing the cross sections. Basically what I'm trying to say is, because my brain's dead right now, is like I'm trying to train my brain to see everything, right? Like while I'm doing this, I'm trying to make, basically while I'm drawing these, I'm also trying to see the cross sections for every other plane, right? Yeah. And yeah, definitely my speech gets way more stilted when I'm trying to draw and pay attention, right? So there's that one, and then let's do the vertical, right? Follow the perspective, because it's all about following the perspective, of course, right? It's all about following the perspective. And I'm curious as to like, I feel like, because I remember when I completely understand the beginner feeling of being like, there's no way there's this much thought going into perspective. Like how is this possible that people can think this? But the answer is it is possible, because clearly they've done this for hundreds of years, right? Like it's clearly very possible, you know. And I'll never forget that comment in the Broken Jaw Discord before, when it was active, right? Of somebody being like, there's no fucking way artists are, dude, like how the fuck, like there's no way they're thinking about the box and the sphere, or like an ellipse, and they're thinking about a plane and then an ellipse inside the plane, and then like they're doing that with the box. Like how's that even possible? And I'm like, I can tell you that's exactly what they're doing, because that's exactly what I'm doing, and it just takes a fuck ton of effort to do it, right? So like it's 100% possible. I'm telling you right now, it's 100% possible. It's just like, it's hard to fathom. I get it. Like it's hard to, because in the beginning you're just starting out with a fucking line, right? So I understand. I completely get it. Like in the beginning, when you're just starting out with a line, you're not, like, you can't even imagine that. Like for those of you who are just starting out with line or just doing very simple forms right now, right? It's probably really hard for you to fathom what I'm doing here, which is basically visualizing all of this, right? To the best of my ability. Obviously it's flickering and it's fucking up and this, that, and the other, but the point is, like, I am doing it, right? Like I am literally doing it. You know, I'm visualizing and I'm calculating. You know, what is happening here? This doesn't seem right. Why'd that stop there? Oh, because I got the perspective for this slightly off, because it should be down here. Oh, there you go. See, like there's still obviously small issues that, like, you see how curved that line is? There's still issues that I'm making even when I'm drawing through all of this, right? Now I need to be able to see, what the fuck was that? Now I need to be able to see this box, or this cross contour. I need to ignore everything else, right? And there's gonna be a little bit of overlap usually, right? And then see this center plane, it's all connected. See, so this, I know my boxes aren't too bad because these center planes are connecting. That one slightly isn't. But yeah, that's just the first step, right? That's what the fuck and when I say the 3-plane intersection, what I mean, this middle plane, like this vertical plane, this horizontal plane, and this like side plane, right? And then the next step is to this is why it's so hard, because I have to visualize the ellipses inside of these, right? I have to visualize the ellipses inside of these. And yeah, it's very fun, very, very fun. I think I got this corner wrong, but you can see like this was a bit of a wider degree than this one. This one's a bit of a wider degree. This is definitely, this box, it has issues, because the more I look at it, the more I realize it's like a 1-point perspective, right? Because this angle doesn't make sense. Like this is basically 90 degrees, and it shouldn't have been 90 degrees. This is actually more curved when I look at the angle. Like this line right here should have been more like this, right? But either way, now we draw the ellipse, and this is again something I struggle with, which is getting the right ellipse. But we just need to do something like this, right? Try our best. What the fuck is going on with this pen now? Oh wait, this is still the black one. I was like, something's not right. This one. For a second, this had ink bleed or proper ink absorption, but let's see, something like this, right? And obviously, I do want to pay attention to and have good ellipses as well. So that's the center ellipse, and then the vertical one, and then the horizontal one. And I'm definitely gonna fuck up this horizontal one because, like my fingers in general don't really. My motor skills are pretty subpar in that aspect, right? But you see, like, and I made it too attached to the top there. But this is just me roughly trying to hopefully get it down, right? That's the horizontal one. This is still pretty off. Like, you'll see it's pretty fucking off. There you go. It's actually more like that, right? And then this one right here, right? And this one's gonna be pretty difficult too. But let's see. This one's basically like a perfect circle. There you go, something like that. Obviously has issues. There you go. And that's the front-facing one, right? And then let me just use the other fucking pen, bro. Like, shit, I can't believe I'm playing fucking Russian roulette with these pens. And then this is just where the sphere is attached. So it's like, again, it's at these intersections of these attachments, right? And it's something like this. Right? Something like this. See, it's attached at the edges. There you go. See, there's my sphere. It's not a perfect sphere. I know it's wrong. I know it's off, and that's just because, like, parts of my box are off. Like, it's all these little things that make a difference, right? But overall, it's pretty decent. And yeah, that's what I'm trying to see, and that's what gives me a fucking headache every time, and Jesus Christ, right? So, I don't know why I said the Lord's name in vain, but Jesus Christ indeed, right? God bless. But it's funny, I don't think white people do this. I don't think they pray like this. But yeah, what a fucking session. My brain is tired. And I hope you really put in as much effort as you could. Yeah, for lack of a better word. I mean, that is the only word, right? But yeah, and then like that, this is like, again, this is what I'm trying to internalize. And then you see, oh yeah, Loomis head, right? Let me actually, there you go. So you can actually see what is. There you go. Like, that's what it's all based on, right? So yeah, I'm going like a million extra mile to get internal schema down, right? And I think... Oh wait, I did fuck up the edge here, because it's supposed to be more like this. And I didn't get this horizontal one accurately at all. Like, this actually is supposed to be more like this. So I got the sphere wrong. But no, wait, but then we have this thing here, so no, it has to be like that. Yeah, it has to be. This is weird. I think I fucked it up somewhere. I didn't get the intersections correctly. But I just gotta keep trying, right? Just gotta keep trying. I might, I don't know, maybe on stream, after I finish this drawing up, right? Maybe on stream after I finish this drawing up, I might just practice the intersection a bunch, to be honest, right? Because that's always good practice. But yeah, after I finish this up, next time I stream, possibly this Friday, right? But anyways, with that being said, I hope you put a lot of effort in, and I hope you tried a lot. And as always, fuck you for watching. Oh, and rest your brain after this, right? Rest your brain after this for at least 10-15 minutes. But yeah, fuck you for watching. Keep drawing, and please, give me money.